Hey guys, how's it going? Shimbob here, and today we're going to be going over my top 5 tips and tricks for playing Northstar. So Northstar is, I think, my second most played Titan, and one of my favorites, so I sort of know what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's just jump straight in with the tips. I want to keep these videos in this sort of series to like short, sharp, quick, concise sort of videos. So the first tip I have for you guys is keeping those tether traps on cooldown. So what I mean by that is basically always have one down, or two if you use that perk, but always have them down at any time. So what you want to do though, even if there's no enemy sort of pressing you, you just want to keep your trap between a point where they could come from. So if you've got like a doorway to your left or something where someone could come and flank you from, put one between you and the door so that if they do come for you, then you stop them. And obviously if someone's coming at you front on, then you just put it between you and them and back up a bit, and hopefully they walk over it. You'd be surprised how effective it can be when you place it just off to the side or something and it sort of stops someone from flanking you. I know personally when I've been playing say Ronin and I've gone for an awesome flank on a Northstar that doesn't know I'm there, and then all of a sudden I'm stopped and I'm tethered and I'm like, what's going on? And then he turns around, he backs up a bit and just like blows a big hole in my chest. It's just nothing less satisfying than that. But when you're the Northstar on the other side of it, it's awesome. Okay, now tip number 2, this sort of goes for a few different Titans, but especially for Northstar, and that is don't be the first to fall, or don't call your Titan down if you don't have any other teammates with Titans down. You want to have at least 1 or 2 teammates with Titans down so that you can use them as sort of bait, I guess you would say. You just basically want them to sort of tank the enemy damage and be a distraction while you can sort of sit back a bit behind in a safe spot and just shoot the crap out of them. Along with this tip too, when you're staying behind your teammates at safety, you want to stay near another piece of cover so that if your teammates die or the opponent suddenly realizes that taking a lot of damage from you and they change to coming after you, you can get out of there straight away. Alright, tip number 3 is a little bit more of an advanced tip and a little bit of a like last stitch sort of effort thing, but it's what I call like the surprise hover, and it's where you use your hover not so much to pop out of cover and shoot an opponent, but more to just sort of juke them out. It's like a slow motion juke, I guess. I mean, the hover is kind of a slow action, and once you're in the air for a bit, so they have time to react and shoot you, but you'd be surprised how many times it catches your opponent off guard and they miss a shot or they take too long to readjust, and then you can get your shot off if you're ready, and then by the time they've readjusted for you being in the air, then you're back on the ground and you can get another shot off. So if you're about to go down or something, I find that's a good time to use it to just sort of juke them out. And then sort of when you land, maybe boost to the side a bit and they won't know where you are. The idea behind it is just to make your movement that much more hard to predict for your opponent. I find it's also really good against Scorch, because if you're not on the ground standing in Scorch's fire, then his damage is like pretty much all negated unless he hits you with a direct shot, but it doesn't really do as much damage as you standing in the fire. So if Scorch is putting fire all around you, just hover and then get the hell out of there. Alright, tip number 4, this also kind of applies to Ronin particularly as well, and that is to use the spare battery boost. So I personally do this for pretty much all Titans, but that's just a personal preference. But as far as Northstar and Ronin, I really recommend that everyone does this, because having that extra battery right from the start gives you basically 25% extra health, which is a lot when you're so squishy. I mean, that's just for me personally. If you want to spend more time in Ronin or Northstar, that's what I recommend to maximize your survivability and stuff. But if you prefer being a pilot, then use some other boost that helps you be better at that. Alright, and lastly, this one might be a little bit obvious to some people, but try and maximize your damage output by trying to prioritize always shooting fully charged shots. I'm not sure the exact damage ramp up as the shot charges, but I do know it can be significantly higher to hit a fully charged shot compared to a half charged shot, so it is definitely worth your time. And that also goes for times when, say, you're getting pushed by someone and you stand there and you sort of half charge a shot for 1 or 2 seconds and get that off, then go. I find it's better to just go, make that snap decision, quickly drop a trap and get out of there so you can get distance and then you can get a fully charged shot off. It's much more worth your time. I know obviously you can't always do a fully charged shot because someone might be getting behind cover quickly or something, but try and get it as charged as possible, and don't just be like trying to spam it just to get hit markers on enemies, because that's sort of not how Northstar works. You want to just really pile drive that through their chest and try and hit their sweet spot. So they're my 5 sort of main tips for you guys for getting a little bit better with Northstar. I'm sure you guys probably knew some of them. If you have any tips of your own that you think I might have missed, or some really cool ones that you think you like to use when you're playing Northstar, let me know down in the comments. I love getting feedback from you guys. That was a pretty quick video. I think it's just under 6 minutes. So if you guys enjoyed it, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. That's really appreciated. But until next time, just keep doing what you're doing, guys. Cheers.